Hi, everyone. First of all, I just want to thank you for being here, and I'm super grateful for this opportunity. So, thank you to TEDx, the platform, the entire team here. And today, what I'm going to share is going to be more of a story. I want to motivate you, inspire you, but do it with actionable steps. I'm just 24, so I'm very, very close to your age. And my topic is going to be six small actions that have built my personal brand. I really hope you enjoy this and please stick along till the end because there is so much of value that I'm going to be adding. So I'm gonna, do my TED talk this time in a little bit of a different way. My TEDx talk. I want to tell you about these six instances from my life. Okay, six actual stories from my life. And I'm going to show it to you with supporting evidence to kind of explain what I learned and how you can convert it into building a personal brand for yourself. First and foremost, I just want to understand by a show of hands how many of you know what building a personal brand is? Okay, I can see few, but not everyone. And how many of you actually have a personal brand or you think you're working on a personal brand? Okay, that's one, two, three, four people in this audience. And I really hope that by the end of this talk, it's going to be at least 10 of you who are ready to do that. So let's start. So the first thing that I want to tell you about is when I was 19. It was COVID. I was searching for internships. I was like, I want to find something that I can do, that I can enjoy, but is also work from home, of course. And I came across an opportunity by one of my favorite influencers on Instagram. And I was like, I have to apply. Whatever happens, I have to apply. So I applied. And the email that I sent her, you can see it. You can see the date also 2020. I have purposely kept that. It was like a fangirl email. In my entire email, I just told her about how much I love her, how much I love her content, etc. etc. No fancy words, no jargons, nothing. So I applied for my internship, and to my surprise, I was actually selected. Now, when I joined, I got to know two things on my first day. First of all, the fact that along with me, two other people have been selected from thousands of applications that were sent. And the second thing that I got to know was both the other people are actually 24 and 25, and I'm the only 19-year-old, which means both of them had graduated college, both of them had worked previously. One of them wanted to change her industry, which is why she was starting with an internship again. And I was like, okay, they have so much more experience than me. What am I even doing here? I'm just going to probably be here for time pass. Like, they aren't even going to take me seriously. Fast forward to 3 months later, after the internship, it was announced, on our team call that one of us is going to be retained permanently by the team. Just one of us out of three of us. And I was so sure that I'm not getting it because I was like, I'm so young. I don't have as much experience. And yeah, I'm sure they're getting it. But I was the one who was retained. So I was a 19-year-old competing with people who were 24 and 25, and I was selected. So this entire experience gave me just one learning. And by the way, this was my first ever job at 19. And this entire experience just gave me one learning, and that is you don't need to have it all. You just need to start. Focus and curiosity beats any kind of experience. I know that a lot of you in the audience might feel like, oh, I'm so young to build my personal brand. How do I start? I've not even achieved anything. That is exactly what the problem is. Just start. Okay. So, the actionable step for all of you to build your personal brand is very simple. Today, I just want you to go home. Okay. Simply on a piece of paper, write down 10 things you like about yourself, 10 things you're good at, and 10 things you dislike about yourself. All of you must have understood or must have heard of SWOT analysis, right? Yes. So now apply it to your life. And every day, sit, look at that list for 5 minutes and keep eliminating things. What do I no longer identify with? What weakness do I feel like I can overcome? What strength do I feel like is not something that I'm the best at? Keep eliminating it. And automatically, You will find what you're good at, what you need to work on, and that is the base of your personal brand. Discovering yourself. Instance number two. Now, I started creating content after this particular job. Okay. While I was in the job, in fact, I started enjoying the process of content creation. Now, this was in 2021. I was age 20, and sorry, this was still in 2020. I was age 20, and at this time, being an influencer, being a content creator was not cool. I was the first one in my friend circle to do it. I was one of the first few in my school and college group to do it. So it was not really fun, you know. But I enjoyed it. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to start. I'm going to take it one day at a time. And I told myself, Meeti, if and only if you hit 10K in the first 3 months of, starting your content creation, then continue. If not, it's okay. We'll go back because college, so anyway, was going on only. So I started, and when I started off, my mom was like, "This is such an over ambitious goal, you know." Even my dad, he was like, "Why are you putting in so much energy towards this? 10,000 followers in 3 months. People build this over time." And I just told myself, and I told everyone around me, saying, "No, let me try it. I can do it." Okay. So a lot of manifestation, which is affirmations, your journaling, putting it on my vision board, plus hard work actually got me that result. I started creating content on 9th October 2020. 10th Jan 2021, I hit 15K followers, almost 16K. In 3 months, I hit more than 10K followers. That's something that people take years to reach, And I actually wanted to show it to all of you because I want you to know that if I could do it, you can do it as well. Your personal brand starts with believing in yourself, right? So if you see, obviously I've rebranded myself now, but I've hit that 15.9K mark, and I've written, this is the story that I had posted when I hit that number on this date, because you can even see the date, you can see the similarity. January 2021, 10th. So I did it, and so can you. The learning that this experience in my life gave me was be ambitious. Be over ambitious with your goals. There will be 10 people telling you, oh no, this is not going to happen, or oh, like, don't you think this is way too much? Don't listen. Have your goal in mind and be over ambitious, but be over ambitious with structure. So understand, how can I achieve that goal? If I need to do something every single day, I will do it. What actionable step can you use out of this? First thing, do you all remember process of elimination? Find what you're good at, what you need to improve. Second, tell yourself this formula, okay? If dash, then dash. If I manage to build a good personal brand in 6 months, then I will do whatever. Build that formula for yourself. Now, let's move to the third instance. So, this is actually something very interesting. Now, I had started creating content by now. Okay, this was at age 21. I had started creating content and I was absolutely enjoying it. I was meeting cool people. I was going for all these events. My friends, started accepting what I'm doing. And they were like, wow, love this, love that, etc. So that whole cringe became very cool for me. And I was on top of the moon. I was like loving it. And then this one day, I was invited for this one creator party. Okay? Creator party, as in it was a party where a lot of creators, all the top creators that you know today were present. This is a picture from that day. So I was invited for that creator party, and what I did is I told myself that let me, go with someone so that I don't feel alone, right? You all have that, na? Ki aise chalo, if I want to go for a movie, let me take someone along. If I want to attend a lecture, let me take someone along so that I have company. So I spoke to this one other creator, and she was someone who was creating similar content as me, but she had fewer followers and she was not very out there. I was like out there. I was attending all these events. I was clicking pictures with the best influencers. I was doing all those things. I said, you know what? Why don't I invite her as well? And we both will go together. So we started our journey. Okay, we both went for this party together. I was very excited, more so because I felt like, yeah, I have someone with me, and I know that I'm going to be recognized here at this party. Because, I just felt like, oh, her followers aren't even that much. She doesn't have that big of a presence right now in comparison to me. So we did that and we went for the party. And I'm sure most of you have guessed it by now. It was the complete opposite. When we were at that party, everyone, all the top creators were talking to her. They all spoke to me as well, but they knew her. They knew the impact she's created. They knew the kind of content she creates. And I was shocked, and honestly, my ego got a big hit. Because here I said, I am the one who's got the followers. So why am I not being recognized in the same way? We all go through this, right? It's human emotions. And I felt very bad on that day. This is literally a photo from that party. But then I went home and I told myself, wait, let me see her content. Let me try and understand it. And that's when I realized she was actually creating an impact. So the learning that I had from this, I know it might seem like a very small thing, but for me, it was a big jhatka, because I just felt like, how? How did this happen? Why am I not over there? And then I learned that it's because of the impact she creates. So the learning that I had over here was people always remember how you made them feel. They will not remember the clothes you wore, the photos you uploaded, the number of likes you got, the messages you sent, nothing. They will only remember how you made them feel, no matter what. So, the third thing that I understood about building your personal brand, it's create an impact. So, what actionable step does that make it for all of you? Simple and easy. Go home or be where you are and think of 10 content ideas. Okay, your personal brand equals to creating content in some format. Okay, so just think of 10 content ideas that probably solve a problem, start a conversation, or actually have something real, because building a personal brand is all about creating an impact. Now, let's go to instance 4. This is probably one of the highlights of my career journey and of my personal brand. And it's the fact that I got to work with Google India. This is when I was at 50K followers. My age was 22. I had the chance to work with Google India. I have literally shown you guys a screenshot of the email that I got, this one. And that's a picture of me right over there at the bottom on the Google India page. I had the chance to work with Google India. They reached out to me, they selected me. And all of this was only because of my consistency. So, the learning that this gave me, this feeling gave me, was people are watching. Be consistent and build your personal brand. People are watching. So, how can you convert this into an actionable step for yourself? Start with talking about yourself online. Start with building your personal brand just 3 times in a week. 3 times in a week, start and be consistent. Because if I could have Google reach out to me, so can all of you. Now, let's talk about the fifth instance. Okay, this is something that again was a little bit of a setback. So I was creating content, I was doing these collaborations, and then I just felt like something was not aligning. Something was not aligning, as in, I just suddenly felt like I am not enjoying the kind of content I'm creating. Okay. Right now, at this time, I was creating content around careers, internships, personal development, and I just felt a little overwhelmed. I was like, somewhere in the middle, I lost my purpose. I lost my personal branding purpose, and I just went with whatever was giving me more followers, more reach, more nice messages. I just went with that. But that is where I made a mistake. So it was a little bit of a setback. I had friends come up to me and tell me, Meeti, why are you not posting? What happened? Is everything okay? I was losing followers. I have literally lost 10K followers in the span of 3 4 days. I was just not enjoying it. But every cloud has a silver lining, and my silver lining was the fact that when this entire phase was going on, I shifted my attention on LinkedIn. I said, why don't I start creating content on LinkedIn? Abhi Instagram pe itna I'm not enjoying, so let me give a little bit of a break. Okay, so I started creating content on LinkedIn, and that helped me diversify my audience. So the learning that I had is your personal brand travels with you. It's not just at one place. And the actionable step for all of you is pick two platforms. Pick two platforms and stick to that. And now let's move to the final action and final instance that I want to share with all of you. I had wanted to be on this stage for as long as I can imagine. It was on my vision board in 2021, 2022, 2023, all these years, okay? And now at 24, I have finally got the chance. There were many instances where I felt like I just want to not create content. I just want to stop. But I told myself, keep going, you will get there. The learning that I had from this was some of your months in life are for harvesting, for putting in all the effort. Okay, and some weeks are for blooming. So the actionable step for all of you is very simple. Just no matter what, spend 30 minutes on your personal brand every single day. Post 3 times in a week, show up consistently, and spend those 30 minutes no matter what happens. That's it from me for today. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience. And I really hope you go back with some value and with the motivation that I'm 24 and if I have done it, so can you. Thank you.